Hey there, Twisters. Welcome back to another trade deadline video. So now Barclay Goodrow is the next Shark to be on the move. He's going over to the Tampa Bay Lightning in exchange for a 2020 first-round draft pick. Now the Sharks, as we know, they did not have that first-round pick heading into this coming draft because of the Erik Karlsson deal. So the Sharks get back a first-rounder. That's great. Barclay Goodrow is an undrafted player, so I mean he's been very valuable to the franchise, especially as of late in his role. He's played all up and down the lineup. He's scored big goals, as we know, even taking big penalties, Game 6 against Vegas. But nonetheless, we're excited to have that draft pick back. It's going to be a very late first-round draft pick, as you can tell, because of the successes that Tampa Bay has been having. But nonetheless, now it's good to see the Sharks having traded Brendan Dillon. They've acquired a second-rounder for this coming season, so things are starting to shape up a little bit better for Team Teal. I hate to see Goody go. He didn't have the most statistically impressive career with San Jose, but nonetheless, he helped build one of the league's best penalty kills this year. He had 8 goals, 16 assists for 24 points in 61 games, even played some top-line minutes. Very physical. He will definitely answer the bell and fight if need be. And I think a team like Tampa needs that sandpaper. I know they brought in Pat Maroon, but Goodrow is a little bit fresher in terms of his legs and energy out there. He is about to turn 27 years old, so he's in the prime of his career, and I think that he's definitely going to provide some value there on the third or fourth line for Tampa. So good job out there, Goody. Good job by Doug Wilson making this deal. With the Patrick Marleau deal, I didn't really like how that third-round pick was for 2021 instead of 2020, but now we've dealt him, we've dealt Dillon, and now we've dealt Goodrow, and we've gotten some value in return there. And this is especially important considering the Sharks did not choose to move Joe Thornton, or at least Thornton would not move his no-trade clause unless there's something that we don't know about, but Pierre LeBrun and others have said that Thornton is standing pat, staying with San Jose. Looking at Tampa, they are 9th in goals against, they are 13th in shots against, and they're 7th in penalty killing. So defensively, they're still a fairly good team. But adding Goodrow in there should probably help those numbers tick up just a little bit. And if Tampa is in need of somebody who can take draws, even though they're very strong at the center position, Goodrow can definitely fill that void too. This year, he hasn't been quite as good at faceoffs, but if you look at his previous years here, I'm just taking a gander at his stats. Faceoff percentage last year was at 53.7%, and the year before, despite a smaller sample size, was a very impressive 58.8%. So Goodrow, he's a very versatile kind of utility player. He can add a little bit of scoring depending on who he's playing with, maybe like an Anthony Cirelli. So good move for both teams, and especially as a Sharks fan, I'm happy to be able to have that first-round draft pick and actually start to build draft picks for this upcoming draft for sure. Again, Goodrow, we'll always remember him for scoring one of the most iconic goals in franchise history in Game 7 against the Vegas Golden Knights. It's kind of like when we moved on from Jonas Donskoy last year as well. He scored Game 3 overtime winner goal in the Stanley Cup Finals. Yes, Cortana, I'm very disappointed that we have to move on from some of our fan favorites, but nonetheless, this is very meaningful for the franchise going forward. It's hard not to be competitive and compete for a Stanley Cup, but if you love someone, set them free, and so that's what we're doing here, and we'll eventually reap some rewards in the near future. I can only hope. I think that's going to do it for this video. I don't know if Aaron Dell or Kevin LeBanc or anybody else could be on the move, but stay tuned for Sharks coverage because even if it's not for the trade deadline, I'll be providing some more insights and analyses for that, along with hockey history and hockey culture. So if you enjoyed this video, click the big thumbs up there and the red subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Would love to see you around for a future video. This has been Nick with Twisted Wrister Hockey. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I'll see you again soon.